After the final filming day of Love and Marriage, Huntsville, fans thought the season's drama was over, but it turns out that wasn't the case at all. What happened off camera might just be more intense than anything that made it onto our screens. The spotlight has now shifted to Kimmi Scott and Nell Fletcher, and their friendship, or what's left of it, has completely fallen apart. Just days after wrapping up filming, Kimmi officially blocked Nell on social media, and that simple move told fans everything they needed to know: something real went down. This wasn't just a regular disagreement between two cast members. This was deeper, more personal, and clearly emotional. When Kimmi hits that block button, she's not just taking a break from drama, she's shutting the door and locking it. But this didn't come out of nowhere. Let's rewind and unpack how we got here. When Nell first entered the group, Kimmi actually welcomed her. She was one of the first to give Nell the benefit of the doubt while others were unsure. There were likes, comments, and Instagram shoutouts. The energy was light, and there was mutual respect. But fans started noticing something shift. Kimmi stopped liking Nell's posts. No comments. No interaction. At first, people thought it might be a coincidence, maybe she was just busy, but then the unfollow came. And after that, the block. That's when people started to realize this wasn't a small thing. Something serious had clearly gone down between them. Insiders close to the situation say this fallout didn't just happen in one day. It had been slowly brewing over time, like a pot that's been simmering for too long. One key moment in the breakdown was when Nell started spending more time with Letitia and Marso Scott. That might not seem like a huge issue on the surface, but in this group, alliances matter. And when those alliances shift, it changes the entire dynamic. Everyone who watches the show knows Kimmi and Marso haven't always seen eye to eye. There have been past tensions and unresolved feelings. Kimmi has made it clear that she doesn't fully trust Marso's way of handling conflict or how he positions himself during group drama. So when Nell began getting close to Marso and Letitia, laughing with them on live streams, echoing their opinions in group talks, it didn't go unnoticed. In the world of love and marriage, Huntsville, friendships are strategic. Being close to one person often means stepping away from another. So when Nell appeared to be siding with Letitia and Marso, Kimmi likely saw that as more than just a casual friendship, it was a shift in loyalty. And that shift might have made Kimmi question Nell's true intentions. It wasn't about just hanging out. It was about trust. And once that trust started to erode, it was only a matter of time before things got messy. But the turning point, the final straw that pushed Kimmi to block Nell, reportedly happened off camera. Word is that Nell made a comment about Kimmi's health journey, something that didn't sit right at all. Now, if you followed Kimmi's story, you know how open and vulnerable she's been about her health struggles. That part of her life is deeply personal. So any comment that feels dismissive, even if it's disguised as concern, can cut deep. While the exact comment hasn't been confirmed, people close to production say it came off like a backhanded remark. And that was it for Kimmi. It was no longer about group dynamics or alliance shifts. It became personal. After filming ended, Kimmi made her move. She didn't just unfollow Nell, she blocked her entirely. In the reality TV world, that's a bold statement. It means there's no coming back, at least not right now. And once fans noticed, social media exploded. People started posting screenshots, asking what happened, debating who was in the wrong. The timing of everything made it clear that this wasn't just a digital decision, it was the result of something serious. Then Nell responded, not with a post directly aimed at Kimmi, but with a quiet quote on her Instagram story. It read, "Sometimes peace means letting go." It didn't name anyone, but the meaning was clear. And Kimmi responded right back with a quote of her own, "Distance is peace." These subtle shots back and forth felt like a chess match, each one sending a message without having to say a name. Other cast members got involved too, liking and resharing the quotes, adding fuel to the fire. The fanbase split into sides. Team Kimmi praised her for protecting her peace, while Team Nell accused her of playing the victim and using silence as a way to control the story. And while this tension was playing out online, things behind the scenes got even messier. Maurice Scott, Kimmi's husband, suddenly found himself stuck in the middle. He tried to keep things calm, talking to both his wife and his brother Marceau to see if he could bring some peace. But not everyone was interested in that. Marceau, known for not avoiding drama, allegedly made things worse. Insiders say he started leaking private conversations that were meant to stay between family. We're not talking about basic texts, these were emotional, private talks that Kimmi may have shared with Maurice. That kind of breach only deepened the wound. To Kimmi, this wasn't just about Nell anymore. It was starting to feel like betrayal from her own family. And Maurice, caught between loyalty to his wife and his brother, couldn't win. Viewers even noticed it in the last few group scenes, his confidence seemed gone. You could see the stress written all over his face. Production reportedly had to adjust things in post. Scenes were edited to downplay the family drama and keep things from looking completely fractured. But even with the editing, fans picked up on the tension. By the time the final cast dinner came around, the damage was already done. That last group scene, which should have been a celebration, ended up feeling cold and awkward. Nell arrived first, smiling and acting unbothered. But when Kimmi walked in, the mood changed instantly. There was barely any interaction between the two. The silence was loud, and the energy in the room was off. Other cast members tried to keep things light, but nothing felt natural. Sources say production had to cut the dinner scene shorter than planned because it just wasn't working. The chemistry was gone. What was supposed to be a send-off ended up looking more like a silent standoff. And once the episode aired, fans had questions. Some stood by Kimmi, saying she had every right to protect her space, especially after all she's been through. Others said she was being strategic, waiting until she could shape the story on her own terms. Comments flooded social media. One fan wrote, "Kimmi doesn't move unless it benefits her image." Another added, "Let's not forget Nell had Kimmi's back at that charity event when no one else did, now she's blocked. Something's off." Meanwhile, Nell stayed quiet. No long posts. No clapbacks. Just calm, peaceful photos of yoga and nature. But fans weren't fooled. Many believe Nell is holding back on purpose. Word is she might be getting ready to share her side of the story in a sit-down interview. She's tired of being painted as the villain while Kimmi, according to some, gets a protected edit. Nell reportedly feels like her scenes were either cut or twisted to make her look shady. And if she does speak out, she might bring receipts. That silence we're seeing now? It might just be the calm before the storm. As reunion time approaches, all eyes are on whether Kimmi will address the situation publicly. Some say she's asked production not to bring up certain questions. Others say she's even considered skipping the reunion if things get too personal. Whether that's true or not, it shows how serious this fallout really is. It's not just a simple disagreement, it's become a major moment in the story of love and marriage, Huntsville, and let's be honest, this feud isn't just about Kimmi and Nell anymore. It's affected the entire Scott family. The line has been drawn, and people are choosing sides. The fans are watching closely. If the reunion skips over this drama, viewers are going to call it out. But if it's addressed head-on, we might finally get the full picture. Either way, the outcome of this fallout could shape what happens in the next season, who returns, who steps back, and which friendships are really done for good. In the world of reality TV, sometimes the most powerful moments don't even happen on camera. This situation between Kimmi and Nell has grown into something bigger than both of them. It's about loyalty, respect, family, and how quickly things can fall apart when trust is broken. Right now, both women are standing firm. Kimmi has drawn her line and blocked out the noise. Nell is staying silent, but that silence is starting to speak volumes. Only time will tell how it all plays out. But one thing is clear, this drama didn't end when the camera stopped rolling. It's still unfolding, and fans are here for every second of it.